to go over 3 kayak fishing mistakes most beginners make. Not picking on anybody. I have literally made all 3 of these mistakes. So the first one and the biggest one that most new kayak anglers make is they outfit their kayak way before they should. And by that I mean get things like sonar, cup holders, you know, extended rod holders, you know, a net that not necessarily is the best one for kayak fishing, all kinds of things. That is one of the biggest mistakes. You know, they get a tackle box or a kayak box that doesn't quite either fit their kayak or fit their needs. So the number one way to avoid this mistake is just get out and fish. Get out, fish your kayak, bare bones, you know, small little, or not even small, this isn't small, but a tackle box under the seat, some terminal, 1 rod, get out there and fish. Figure out, you know, how you want to set up your kayak. Because once you start buying stuff, you're one, spend a lot of money, and you might buy some things that you didn't need, which I've done a lot of. Like I had rod stagers here, used them a couple times, realized I don't really need them. I don't really like them because they're in my way. They're in my casting lane, which we'll go over in a sec. Number 2 huge mistake is not knowing the capabilities of the kayak you're buying. So for example, this one can hold, I think, 375 pounds, right? I'm 175 pounds with all my gear on and everything like that, right? You know, you got my sonar, we've got all my tackle, we've got my rods, you know, all the stuff I bring, that adds up super quick. And once you overload your kayak, it's, you know, it loses maneuverability. It can be dangerous, for one. It loses a lot of maneuverability. You end up cramped. The weight distribution is off, so that's another thing you got to really think about. So like I have my sonar, my whole kit on this switchblade here, which I absolutely love, by the way. I'll put the link for that down below. But this thing probably weighs, total unit, everything, about 10 pounds. So I have that on my left side. So like, for example, when I'm out kokanee fishing, I put my downrigger on this side. One, because it really needs to be on the right side, because the force of the cannonball sinker pulling rotates it that way, which tightens it onto my track versus loosening it. And 2, it offsets my kayak. It offsets the weight over here, which seems silly, but it's actually super important, especially when you're starting to get into wind and chop. You want a really stable feeling kayak. And then the last, and not the most important, but I find it highly important, we'll go over in a sec, because if any of this has helped you so far, please go down below and leave a like, subscribe. I'm just here to help and out here to have fun, but subscribing, liking, that helps the channel analytics. It helps the algorithm, does all the things. As well as when we're done here, drop in the comments below a tip that you think I missed. Okay? All right. So on to the last tip. The last tip is boat placement and casting lanes, right? So I'm left-handed. I've got my sonar over here on my left side. And that's intentional because the easiest way for me to cast is cross body when I'm sitting down, right? So if I've got a bunch of stuff over here, when I'm casting, I'm getting stuff in my casting lane, right? So it's understanding your casting lanes and your boat positioning. Right now, we'll spin that camera around and you'll see the bank I'm about to fish. Now I'm pointing straight at it, but I've got a camera in front of me. So what I need to do is I need to rotate around a little bit and get myself a nice right side casting lane, because I can only really cast this way, right? At least easily. So I want that nice casting lane. Ooh, fish jumped right there. I want that nice little casting lane so I can cast without interference, which is super important, because you don't want to be hitting your stuff. One, you can actually snap a rod, which I have on a rod holder that I didn't have in my casting lane, right? So it's It's really important to pay attention to the casting lanes as well as the boat positioning. Because see, I turned myself to the right, and now I'm going to let myself kind of hug over to this shore because I want to fish that point right over there, right? But I want to get as tight up in shore as I can so I can fish that point and then all the way back to me. So we're going to, move the kayak that way. So kind of backpedaling and turning myself that way so I can have my right casting lane, be tucked up right here against the bank, which I should have fished that already, but I've been distracted talking to you all. So I want to toss that way and then fish all this right here on my way back. We're in kayaks here. So, ooh, that was a big jumper. We're going to toss right at him. We're at kayaks. So we can stealthily get into spots that people on boats or shore anglers can't get to. So use that to your advantage. Get up tight up against the bank, pull in shallow, present that fish a lure from an angle that they normally don't see, because most boat anglers are going to be casting into shore, right? So if you're casting along shore on a shoreline like this where bank anglers can't get to, and you're casting along the shore, or you're casting out and bringing it from the depths up to the fish, that's an angle they haven't seen, because they've seen hundreds of lures thrown right at their face, but they have not seen, or they don't generally see, something coming from mid-lake into shore, coming up shallow. So that is, knowing your casting lanes, positioning your boat for the best casting, and really trying to utilize that stealthy craft you've got as an advantage, because it is an advantage. Ooh, that was a good one. Let's see if we get any of these guys. But yeah, so fish your boat before you buy junk, right? Know your boat's capabilities, know its weight limits, know what it can handle, know what the tracks can handle, know how much track space you have before you buy gear, because you don't want to use up all your track space and then have to put new track in and drill into that brand new kayak of yours, of course. And lastly, understand your boat positioning, understand your casting lanes, where you can cast easily from your boat, especially while seated, because I stand in this a lot, but I also cruise down the shore and cast, right? So you want to be able to understand, hey, when I'm standing, where can I cast? When I'm sitting, where can I cast? So understand those three things, and your kayak angling will significantly improve, and you'll avoid a lot of mistakes that a lot of us make when we first get into kayak fishing, right? So if any of this helped you, please go down, leave a like, subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know any questions you have or any tips you have if you're an experienced kayak angler. We're going to get out here and keep fishing and hopefully catch a few. It's the first warm day up here in Idaho. Or first day we've hit 80 this year, which is wild because it's March 19th. But I'm going to get out here and see if we can get some fish. So thanks for watching. Have a great one.